Our biggest focus that we've had this season has been compete. Our motto is compete daily, day in and day out. Every rep we take, every day we're in the weight room, whether we're on the field, whatever it is, we just want to compete. We got a lot of open positions right now, so I want to breed some competition. It's going to breed some success, hopefully.
Competition is always good.
That's what I'm hoping for, man. That's the plan.
And then also, with the back up. Any changing in your coaches? Any turnover in your coaches? Any additions to your coaches?
Yeah, I've been able to add an official running backs, and I brought up a D-line coach, and then I've officially named a defensive coordinator. Last year we didn't have a defensive coordinator named. It was kind of coordinated by committee with game plans and what we were doing. But I've officially named a defensive coordinator this season, so I'm hoping that we're going to be a little more sharp on the defensive side of the ball than we were last season.
Gotcha. Good deal. And with the kids that you have, going into your second year, you probably already know who your leaders are, captains. Out of those guys, who are the guys that you expect to be impact players for you this season?
I expect a lot out of a couple offensive linemen I have, Reed Baird and Alex Elias. They're returning starters. Both play right guard and right tackle, so it's the right side of my line. I expect a lot from Zach Barrett, wide receiver. He's a returning all-league first-team player, really good receiver. I'm expecting a whole lot out of my middle linebacker, Soren Kanizer. Big kid, big, strong, fast kid. Kind of had a breakout year last year. I'm expecting big things out of him this season. And then Abraham Gutierrez. He's our free safety, and he's going to play some slot receiver for us this year. He's going to return kicks. He'll probably never leave the field this season. He's a hard-working kid, fast, strong, smart, works hard, in great shape. So I'm actually going to be relying a lot on him, a lot more on him than he really realizes right now.
Gotcha. And now, I'm sure you got a chance to look at your preseason schedule.
I finally got to have the input of putting it together myself.
Oh,
yeah.
And see, and with that said, now, can you just explain to me how you guys set it up and the reason why you set it up that way and what you're looking forward to?
The preseason schedule, we dropped a team, Citrus Hill, which in state champions last year, a perennial powerhouse. They've done some really great things over the last 5-10 years. We dropped them. They were kicking our butts for quite a while. So we put in a week 0 this year to give us that bye week right before we get into league. I feel that we got a good chance, especially with that bye week coming in, and starting a little earlier than normal, being able to mature and grow quicker. We're going to need it with a lot of new faces out there under the helmets, so we're going to need a lot of time for growth and maturation once we get into league play.
Good deal. And now, me personally, former coaches, players, can you just explain or your philosophy on why it's good to have such a great lower level program freshman to get into to actually build you like that program?
Yeah, to have the lower levels on board with the same type of stuff you do, whether it be the same exact offense and defense, or as long as they're running the same formations and same type of plays, the earlier they can understand it and they can know it, the further along you'll be once they get up to the varsity level. You're not reteaching. You're not starting back from page 1. You're already 5-6 chapters into the book, and then you could just adapt and you start working on your schemes and other things that are going on at the varsity level instead of starting from day 1, 3-point stances, formations. So once you have that lower level program and they're learning and they're getting on the same page as the varsity level is, it's just going to put you a little bit further ahead once they get to the varsity program with you.
Exactly. Exactly. And 7-on-7. It's a huge deal right now. When I was playing, I know it used to be called passing lanes. 7-on-7 is pretty much taking off. It's a huge deal now. But I just want to ask you, for you, the individual coach and as your staff, do you guys feel pressure to have to do more as a coach because of 7-on-7 football in the club?
I wouldn't so much say that I feel pressured to do it, but if you want to be successful, and I think all of us want to be successful, we get into this profession, and we want to teach the kids good things and get them successful as well. So you kind of have to do those things in order to keep up. If you're not getting involved with those things and you're just playing by yourself, you're really not getting a chance to compete with other teams, other programs, and see where you stand in that regards. Obviously it's not real football. You don't have helmets on. You're not blocking and tackling. There's no contact that's really involved with it. But at the same time, you're getting a chance to get out there and compete. And like I said earlier, I'm all about competition with my guys, so I want them to compete every day. So we do our fair share of 7-on-7s. We're actually hosting one next weekend down at our school. So I don't feel as much pressured as I feel that it's kind of a needed thing right now. If the CIF were to tell us, dial back and take you can't go from this time to this time, then I'd be all for it as well. But if there's no rules against it, then we're all going to do it.
And last question for you is for Arlington. In your words, what would you say? What's special about Arlington?
Arlington's pretty special. We're kind of a rare case. I wouldn't say we're one of the upper echelon Riverside schools, but we get some hard-nosed, hard-working kids that come into that program and come onto that campus. I've loved the year and a half that I've been there so far, and I wouldn't change it for the world. So Arlington's really special just because of the kind of kids that come into that program and they're on that campus. That's what makes Arlington so special.